With the work that I do, the people are always asking me if I plan on going back to school to get a master's degree, or if I plan on what I plan on doing for my career in the future and shit. And my honest answer, I don't fucking care. I have PTSD from school. I was in school. I went to preschool when I was 3. I graduated when I was 22. That's 19 fucking years. And I'm only 28. I just turned 28. Damn, that's like... I've only just been out of school for like... not even 6 years yet. I was in school for 19 fucking years. 19 goddamn years. And waking up... going to bed at 8 o'clock in the fucking night when I didn't want to go to sleep. I don't want to go back. I'm not going back. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. I feel like I have my little day job. I specifically have this job because I don't want to go to fucking work. I'm a woman. My biological clock is not... I don't want to wake up in the morning every fucking day at the same exact time and be on a routine, a strict routine, and just be constantly... I'm a woman. But anyway, I forget all the time. Like, I wonder why at certain times of the year I feel some kind of way. Like around Easter, I literally forget. I forget that I grew up religious and that my family is still religious. There's literally a church down the street. There's like 2 churches right down the street. Damn, 3. Ugh. I always wonder, why on Easter do I feel dead? I feel so fucking depressed. I feel like... Nah, don't fucking follow me. I hate cops. I wonder, like, why do I feel so restricted? Why do I feel in denial of my own existence? Why do I feel like I can't do shit? I can't enjoy shit. I feel kind of paralyzed, but I also feel like I have to be perfect. And then I remember, oh yeah, it's because it's Easter this time of year and it's Lent. They do Mardi Gras where you're encouraged to binge on all your vices. I grew up with Mardi Gras. And then all of a sudden you're supposed to live in anorexia, literally, in all areas of life, and be ashamed of yourself and be ashamed of your existence and sacrifice yourself on many levels. And then on Easter, you're supposed to go worship the Lord while simultaneously there's candy and shit everywhere, and it's confusing because there's a religious Easter and then there's the non-religious Easter, which is like rabbits and ducks and rainbows and shit. Try to get a goddamn car. I also wonder, I just felt wiped out. I felt wiped out all fucking Easter. I felt so depressed. I felt like I can't even say anything honest. Like I have to, like, everything has to be silent. I just hated this time of year. And then I remember it's because it's Easter and the imprint, the programming is in me that this is how this time of year goes. And then it's culturally reinforced. Ugh, I just hate this shit. I feel fucking dead. I feel like I can't do anything right. And then I also noticed something strange. I have my job. I notice, like, during months where you're usually in school, I feel like my job is just me going through the motions. I feel like I don't enjoy money. I feel like there's no real reward. Like, I just have to do it. Just have to go. I just have to spend my money on this, even if it's stuff that I want. And I don't really feel any pleasure or especially not relaxation from it, because going to school has been replaced by going to a job. There's a uniform. There's a commute to go to. I literally, sometimes when I'm going to work or going home from work, I just whine the entire time and I scream in my car. I wonder why I do it, because my job really isn't that hard. It's because it mirrors school. There's so much trapped in my system from having to go to fucking school in the morning. And it doesn't end when the actual school ends. Like, I felt trapped in grade school long after I left grade school. I felt trapped. I still feel kind of trapped. Like, it's buried in my psyche, but if that gets triggered in some way, I still feel that how I felt back then. And then I wonder, like, so like during summer, I can be making the same amount of money, or I could be doing the same job and stuff, but it feels totally different. It feels kind of like the reward feels bigger, because I guess that was when I was traditionally in summer break. And I hate Christmas. Oh yeah, in August, I wasn't even doing anything out of the ordinary in late summer and then August, but I felt this sense. It was like mid-August at my job. I just felt this sense of impending doom and terror, and like, I just can't fucking do this, and I'm gonna be annihilated. And then I remember it's because in mid-August, that's traditionally when school starts. And it's just stuff that's still in my system. It's like, I see like 3 clients at this place. The one bitch, she always tries to yell at me when I'm late, even though she's not doing shit all day. I think I feel the way that I feel because it feels like she's a teacher who's gonna yell at me for being late, who's going to disqualify me from whatever for being late. I want to tell her to kiss my fucking ass. But then the other lady that I see, she never cares if I'm late, or even if she does, she always lets me off the hook. And so I feel like and then it also feels like, because most of the men that I've ever met, or the boys that I ever met who I actually spoke to, were ones that I met through school, it always feels like I don't always know how they perceive me. Or if I do, I try to block it out of my mind because handling male attention is too much for me. It always feels like things take on a dynamic where I am like annoying the fuck out of them, because I still feel like I'm trapped in school, where if a boy is getting attention from a girl, it's seen as a distraction, or it's seen as taking them away from doing their homework. Or so it's like I purposely do things that are intended to completely distract them, even if it seems like there's no context. I think it's just because of programming. I think, like, what was I doing? All throughout the time I was growing up, what was mid-April usually like? And why do I feel this way? Because I've been feeling miserable. I've been feeling like I'm a fucking Puritan. Like, I'm not allowed to have any fun in my life. I'm not allowed to have any pleasure. I'm not allowed to have any excess. Like, I need to be overly responsible. Oh, fuck, I forgot to clock in. God damn it. On your dumbass phone. Fuck. I'm gonna stay in for 15 minutes. I also wondered why I'm going on my trip to the coast because I want to get more footage for my album. It doesn't feel like the footage that I got in Europe is getting the right mood for all of it. I need misty, eerie, dramatic coastlines. I need shots in the water. I need tide pools. I need starfish. I need it to feel like you're there experiencing it yourself. The whole point of this album, it needs to be an immersive experience. That's why I have the waves and bilateral stimulation. It's on purpose. And the album is so long because it needs to feel like you can't experience all of it. There's always more. There's always more to come back to. Because I hate when I love an album or I just get really fixated on a song and then I kind of just like get too obsessed with it and then it loses its magic. Like, my obsession and my love for it it outweighs the actual art itself. So I want this album to feel like you could never outweigh it. Like, you could never get bored with it. Because it feels like grief. It feels like I hate when I kind of just like run through a really good album and then I feel nothing and I feel numb. And it's like, I wish I could hear it again for the first time. So I want this album, even me, it's so goddamn hard to make this album because there's so much. It's taken literally over a year. But anyway, I'm going to the coast in late April. I'm not going to be back until, well, it's just over a week, the beginning of May. But I wonder, why it is making this fucking album right now? Why does it feel like an exam? Like, it feels like I have to crunch and study all the different places I'm going and learn how to navigate these areas and learn all this shit about how to time the tides and all this shit. And I don't want to fucking learn it. It feels like learning anything or reading anything about where I'm going is such a strain. Like, I don't fucking care. I think, well, traditionally, what was I usually doing this time of year? I was preparing to be done with school. The beginning of May is like exam period, where this is your final exam, and if you don't pass, then fuck you, so you better study. And you'll be held back and it'll all be for nothing. So you better prepared to perform. That's why it feels the way that it does when making this album. Like, I feel like I have one chance, and then I'm putting so much pressure on myself that I literally feel paralyzed. I feel like I can't do it. I feel like I can't do shit. The way that I feel is like, I feel like I'm not even going to be able to put one foot in front of the other and get on the plane. But it's because it's starting to feel like homework. Like when I was working on this album in the summer, there was no pressure because it was summer. There's no school. So the magic of it could really come through. But then the months where I was usually in school start coming, and then it feels like I have to focus on technical stuff and the skills of producing music, and like I feel like it's going to be graded or something. But I don't like to travel during the summer because I hate crowds. I only want to go in low season. I'm so pissed because I clock in to work on my phone. I was literally, and it does it in 15-minute increments. So like, if I clock in on my phone at 10:33, it'll still say I got there at 10:30. Or if I clock in, anyway, I missed the cutoff point by 30 seconds, and now I have to stay an extra 15 minutes. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going back to fucking school. No way in hell. I don't even want to work. I go to work because I'm kind of hedonistic and I want to get the stuff that I want. And apparently in this fucking world, you need money to even step outside your front door. Because everything costs money. And I hate it. But me having a job is an alternative to me selling my ass on the corner of the road because I like to collect perfume. Because I want fucking money, but I don't want to sell my ass. That's about how much I give a fuck about a job. Working is not my calling in life. Working is what's keeping my ass And that's how I feel about work. That's why I feel like at work, people can kiss my fucking ass if they don't like me. I'm not there for you. I'm there so I don't have to sell my ass. And I don't even wear underwear. Like, people think I have an attitude at work. And now this bitch is gonna yell at me. She can kiss my fucking ass. I used to be so scared. I think I'm kind of preparing to be an entrepreneur. But I'm not trying to dedicate my life to work. I don't give a fuck right now.